Hey, what's up? My name's Samuel Leeds and I'm a property investor. I've been investing now in property for 12 years and we're about to enter a new decade and things are about to change. And in this video, I want to tell you what I'm going to do differently in property, the things that I've really learned over 2019. It's honestly been a roller coaster of a year. I bought 29 houses in 2019 and some big deals, a lot of small deals. And I think the biggest thing that I learned in 2019 is that it takes just as much energy and effort to buy a small £100,000 house as it does to buy a big £3 million house. A big deal and a small deal take the same amount of energy and you make a lot more money on big deals. Now, I teach property, okay? I run Property Investors Crash Course, I do financial freedom challenges, and I think that I've always kind of been doing the same thing, you know, buying HMOs, buying little single lets, doing these deals. I've been doing the same thing, and now looking at my last year or two, I've made so much more money on the big deals, and it's been so much less hassle. Like the castle, I bought a castle, and the castle last year that we bought, I'll become a millionaire just off of buying the castle. The land that we bought, I'm building 6 houses on a piece of land in Lincoln. I'll make £400,000 profit on that. I haven't done anything. It's been so seamless. And then other property deals, I've been like banging my head off a brick wall, spending so much time on them just to make 20 grand. So I think what I'm gonna do is 2020, I'm just gonna focus a little bit more on big deals. I might do the small deals for fun. I might do the small deals just to document them, just to vlog them. You know, if I'm doing little joint ventures and I'm trying to help people, because I think when you're starting out, you're always going to make a mistake when you're starting out. On your first deal is the hardest. You're better to make a mistake on a small deal than on a big deal. But when you've been in the game for a long time like I have now, I've got absolutely fantastic connections with people. I've got the best power teams. I'm now in central London, so I've got the best solicitors, the best accountants, best mortgage brokers. I've got a great reputation, so people come to me with deals, people come to me. I need to just focus a bit more on the big deals. And in the same way as how I set goals, here's how I set goals at the start of any year. I'm talking personal goals, I'm talking everything. Most people have like millions of things on their to-do list. And today I've got to do these things, and tomorrow I've got to do these things, and have all this never-ending to-do list. I don't do that. With me, I write down just 2 or 3 big things that if I achieved that year, I'd be like really happy, and then I just focus solely on those big things. So 2020, I just want 2 deals. I want to make £1 million off one of the deals, and I want a big deal which will make me £1 million, and then I want a big deal that will make me £3 million. That's it. If I can do 2 big deals next year, now I'm sure I'm going to do loads more deals, but the cake is those 2 big deals. So, and another thing is this, I kind of feel like I got a bit lazy the last few years in terms of, I was buying houses for cash. Okay, I was buying these little houses for cash just because I couldn't be bothered to fill out the paperwork. Because I was just thinking, oh man, they're like 60 grand houses. I can't be bothered to apply for a mortgage. So now I've got all these little houses that I own outright, and I'm gonna now refinance them. Because how I became successful in the first place is a bit like, you know, when you get a big thing of toothpaste, and at first you're like, yeah, you know, and you have a lot of toothpaste, but then when you have just a little bit, you suddenly become a bit smarter with the toothpaste. You know, you just put a little bit on and you make it. In the same way, I feel like when I started out my property journey, I didn't have much money. I didn't have much money at all, so I was kind of like, I've got to be really smart, I've got to be really careful with the little bit that I've got. Or I've got no money, I've just borrowed 20 grand off my grandma, I need to put this to town. I feel like because my property business has done so well, I kind of got a bit lazy recently. I've had mortgages paid off. I've just been handing people money hand over fist. I've been just saying, you know, oh, you want to do a deal? Here you go. I set up almost, I didn't actually license the company because I didn't need to, but I gave over £1 million last year just in checks to people, and just said, oh, just give me a guaranteed return. And then they'd give me like 15-16% guaranteed return, but then they'd go and make millions. And I'm thinking, well, I know how to do that. I should be leveraging off of my knowledge and off of my brand, and instead of saying, oh man, I've got money. I just give money out and people can give me a fixed return. And then they go make millions. I should be saying, I know how to do that. And I've got the network. Actually, and I think this is what Grant Cardone, when I met Grant Cardone, and we spent some time together in Miami last year, I thought, why is Grant Cardone almost a billionaire when I'm just a millionaire? And what Grant Cardone does is Grant Cardone, he's not just content with a little bit. Like at this point in my life now, I'm 28, I could just say, I'm just gonna retire now. You know, I'm 28, I've got lots of houses. I mean, just the castle alone, the castle's gonna be worth 6 million on the end value. I could just rent, and I haven't got a mortgage on that at the moment. I'm gonna refinance it or sell it, believe me. But I could just rent that castle out and live off of just that one property. So I think now, moving into a new decade, it's decision time. It's decision time. The thing I've been grappling with over this last year is, am I now gonna start just paying off mortgages, settling down, winding down, have kids, I've got a couple kids, but be at home, travel, and just wind down and be a bit more safe? Or am I gonna have that same hunger? I mean, I've been doing some work with some really cool people. I mean, Anthony Joshua, one of the things he always says is stay hungry. Stay hungry. And I feel like the last year, I feel like I know I've had some cool deals going on, I've been doing lots of big deals, but I think I need to act like I've just got a little bit in the toothpaste again. So I need to be more hungry, and if I want to be, ultimately, if I want to change the world, you can only change the world by being the best you can be and staying hungry. And I think now, 2020, I want to do 2 really big deals. Really big. Deals that scare me, and I'm gonna start raising finance. I can. I've got, like, there's 115,000 people currently as we're recording that are subscribed to this channel. I get thousands and thousands of people coming to my events, coming to my property courses, and a lot of them are saying, I don't really want to do small deals. I don't really want to even get into property. I just want to invest. So actually, if I've got the knowledge to do big deals and to invest, and I've got the skills and I've got the power team and the people, rather than just investing my own money, and rather than paying off mortgages and just giving money to people, I actually think I should be saying to people, hey, you can invest and maybe the other person on the other end of the spectrum and scale up massive. So I think 2020 for me is going to be a year of just playing really big, going really hard, and not being comfortable, not scaling back, not playing it safe. Because I don't have to play it safe, because I know the game. And when you've got the knowledge, then suddenly you can have the confidence. So and I've worked out recently, people say, you know, oh, I want to die debt free. I don't want to die debt free. I want to die with so much debt, because people are so scared of debt. But actually, as long as you're using debt to serve you and to scale up. So I am not going to be paying off my mortgages in 2020. I'm going to be getting more debt. But I'm also going to be massively growing my wealth. So this decade is watch it. You heard it here first. Sunday Rich List. I'm coming for you. Samuel Leeds, billionaire in the making. It's happening. Continue to impact more people massively, and I'm excited. And I'm gonna get uncomfortable again. I've been too comfortable in the property. I've been too comfortable in the property industry, buying all these little 100 grand houses. And also, part of it is pride and ego as well, because I'm being really vulnerable here. But I kind of if you'd have asked me a year ago, I was thinking I want to own more houses than anyone owns in the UK. But actually, that's really dumb, because owning lots of houses is not the important thing. The important thing is helping lots of people and making lots of money. And a lot of these people that have, I don't want to own loads and loads of houses. I've got lots of houses. Now I just want to make a lot of money. So a lot of my houses now I'm actually selling, because I'm selling and I'm putting into bigger deals. So it's a different spectrum, it's a different headspace. I've also, over the last year, I didn't used to, if you'd have asked me a year or two ago about saving money and tax, I didn't really understand any of that stuff. I mean, I used to just buy all of my properties in my individual name. I know they changed the rules in 2016 when they said that you can't claim your interest payments as tax deductible. And then I'm just like, oh, in that case, and I was just paying off mortgages, just being really lazy. 2019, I got really smart. I studied tax laws, I studied business structures, and before I'd have just said, that kind of stuff doesn't matter, or I'd have just said, oh, I'm not really great when it comes to tax. I'm a really good money maker, but tax. Now I'm thinking smart, I'm thinking big, and creating structures where I can, my great grandkids won't ever have to worry about money ever again. So, big year, big decade, and I'm also going to keep training. Because people say to me, Sammy, if you're making so much money in property, then why do you teach people? It's such a dumb question. I mean, number one, I enjoy it, but number two, I get famous off doing this stuff. It's my financial freedom challenges, and I'm running my crash courses for free. Who runs crash courses? Who's actually been there, done it, got the t-shirt, who's making millions in property, runs free property training courses and teaches people how to do it for free? Like, no one. I don't know anybody that does that, not to the extent we do. But in doing that stuff, what happens is everyone knows who I am. So now I walk into an estate agent and they know who I am. I walk into a property solicitor's law firm or wherever I'm going into, they know who I am. And the power of that, I used to say it's not what you know, it's who you know. Now I think it's both, it's what you know and who you know, but more powerfully, it's who knows you. So that's one reason why I train. And we have a training business, so with some of our training programs, we have advanced programs and things, but I don't even draw a salary from that. For me, I think that you can make cash flow training, but real wealth is in property and real estate. And that's what I learned from Grant Cardone. Grant Cardone's got a massive training business, but he makes his money in real estate, but he uses his brand and he leverages his network and people who know him from his, to help blow up his real estate business. So yeah, that's kind of what's happening this decade, 2020. If you've got any questions about this, man, I'm an open book. Everything's public, so just comment, ask me any questions you want below. If you enjoyed the video, please smash that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe, because I'm going to be documenting stuff as well. So with these big deals, we've got an ex-hospital, NHS, it's closed down. I've just got my guys at the moment out. They're going to be quoting to turn that into luxury apartments. It's in the millions, but yeah, we could make a lot of money on that. I've also got I've hired a full-time property director. So his name's Ben. He's actually my wife's brother, and he's got 16 years in construction. He's a chartered surveyor, and I've hired him. He's on a 6-figure salary just to help find me big deals. That's how much money I'm making on big deals, and I know I'm going to make on big deals. He's on a 6-figure salary. He gets a profit share and everything as well. And I've got a great team. I'm set up for serious growth now, and I also really enjoy advising people. So I've had some very, very wealthy people, high net worth individuals, famous people, celebrities, athletes, footballers that have been coming into the office, and I've been giving them some counsel, giving them some investment advice, but also there's always opportunities to joint venture with people as well. So yeah, you heard it here first. The empire is going to blow this decade. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time. If you want to see what I bought in 2019, I mean, there was some cool stuff that I bought in 2019. I give all the figures, you can watch it. Check that video out right here. If you want to go to the Property Investors Crash Course, and if you're thinking, oh my gosh, man, I just want to get my first deal, and you just want to get started in property, or you want to learn how to be smarter, come on to the Property Investors Crash Course right here. And also, please don't forget to subscribe over here. Thanks so much. I'll see you next time.